What's going on, YouTube? It's your guy Darian, and of course you know by now I am affectionately known here on the YouTube platform as the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. And I love looking good and smelling amazing. So if you are a person that likes to look good and smell great every day and put your best foot forward, then you probably are going to be able to dig the content on my channel. So I invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, feel free to go ahead and hit the bell icon as well. That way you get notified every time I release a new video. I want to make sure I'm straight here looking. Make sure I'm looking dapper like I'm supposed to be looking, you know what I mean? All right, so anyway, today, guys, we are going to be talking about fragrances that leave that sexy scent trail. In other words, the formal word for that is the sillage. What kind of scent bubble or scent trail do you leave when wearing a fragrance? It's a very, very hot topic here in the fragrance community, and it's one I think that is worth me taking a further look at. So the fragrances on this list today, these 10 fragrances are have no respect to niche or designer. It's just in my experience, and I did try to, include both. In my experience, what fragrances am I able to recall a situation where I've been in a place and left that trail, or somebody has walked by me as well and picked up my scent and kind of did that double take. I did a video similar to this a couple months ago, but let's revisit it at this time and get kind of an updated list. What fragrances give that nice, sexy scent trail? You want to know the fragrances that have worked where you're bored. You know the routine. Keep it locked right here. All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. There is nothing like a nice cup of coffee in the morning and smelling great, wearing some great fragrances, smelling some great fragrances. This is just what it is all about, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this list. All right, guys, and first up on the list today, this fragrance kind of changed the world, man, to me when it was released in the year of 2011. It was done by the infamous Francois de Machy, and this fragrance is called Dior Homme. This is the original Dior Homme. I told you guys when they came out with the new Dior Homme 2020, this made me go pick up a big bottle of the original because to me the new one doesn't really do this fragrance justice. This one has that sweet, it's almost a slightly syrupy to my nose kind of vibe that you get with this, and that's because of the use of iris and amber in this fragrance in the cacao. You kind of get that chocolatey vibe from this, but I'm telling you right now, guys, Dior Homme Intense is really good, but Dior Homme is really good when you talk about an intoxicating scent trail. Now again, Dior Homme will work in this spot as well, but for some reason, when we talk about sillage and kind of leaving that sexy scent trail, this one seems to do even a little bit better than the Dior Homme Intense to me. So coming in at the 10th spot, guys, again, the originator of the whole iris DNA, this is Dior Homme. All right, guys, now coming in at the number 2 spot, this fragrance comes from the master himself, Tom Ford, the master of seduction. This fragrance right here, Black Orchid EDT. Now this is the EDT. The Parfum works as well, but to me that was a little bit more dense. The EDT just works a little bit better for me and my preference. But man, this stuff is so good, man. You got a floral, what I would call a floral bouquet in this one, man. It just does something when you talk about encapsulating a person and just leaving them kind of in that trance, that nice sillage and scent trail. This is one of the sexiest fragrances out there. You have some tuberose in this, yang-ylang, like I said, dark truffle, vanilla, beautiful scent. And you talk about a fragrance that's going to kind of stop them in their tracks, make them do a double take, get them caught up in your web. This is one of the best ones to do it from the house of Tom Ford. This is called Black Orchid. All right, guys, and the next fragrance on this list comes from the house of Frederic Malle, and this one is called Carnal Flower. Carnal Flower from the house of Frederic Malle, and guys, I'm telling you right now, this scent leaves an intoxicating scent trail People will, wherever you are, they will want to be wherever you are or wherever it is that you are going when you wear the scent. Now, for some guys, it's a little bit too floral, and I get it. But for me, I'm telling you right now, this one really works. It is a fragrance that features a note of tuberose, which is a note that I particularly did not care for until I really got into this fragrance. This changed my mind about the note of tuberose for the most part because it just works well on my skin. It's kind of got a kind of floral, tuberose, coconut kind of vibe with this scent, so it really works well. God, you're talking about, as the name indicates, tuberose is kind of a seductive, if you will, floral note. And the carnal flower is a forbidden flower. And guys, I'm telling you, people are going to want to be in your company when you wear this scent. Just leaves them wanting more when you wear this scent. From the house of Frederick Malle, this is Carnal Flower. The next fragrance on the list of fragrances that leave an intoxicating scent trail, this comes from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Naxos by Xerjoff. Naxos from Xerjoff. This one does the job as well. I've had so many people want to know what it is that I'm wearing. I've been in a room and left, and people follow me and say, hey, what is that? I can still smell your scent in the hallway. And this is one of those fragrances that just really works, guys, with an intoxicating scent trail. It has honey, it has cinnamon, and as well as tobacco. And it's the perfect time of year to wear it in the fall. Coming in at the 7th spot, this is from the house of Xerjoff, and this is called Naxos. All right, guys, and coming in at the 6th spot, one of my favorite fragrances. This is from the house of Hermès, and this fragrance is called Terre D Hermès. Terre D Hermès. I've talked a lot about this fragrance on the channel. Features a very nice, bright, citrusy orange, citrus, orange, lemony citrus opening, but the star player in this is the vetiver note. It's vetiver, you know, earthiness is just sexy, leaves a nice scent trail. Guys, especially again, this is one for the office that I highly recommend. You talk about leaving that trail, leaving a nice scent bubble around you. This works to perfection from the house of Hermès. This is Terre D Hermès. All right, guys, I'm coming at the 5th spot. I haven't talked a lot about this fragrance on the channel, but when you start, again, to mention things like leaving an intoxicating scent trail, this fragrance has to be on this list from the house of Bond number 9. This is called Sutton Place. This one is called Sutton Place. And this fragrance is another one that has a note of pineapple. And no, it does not smell anything like Creed Aventus. This does its own thing. And what it does, I really, really enjoy this fragrance. The pineapple in this fragrance, you're going to get a nice floral, kind of floral heart with this. But the dry down is really about, guys, the musk and the vanilla. Very musky dry down, so it's gives it a floral combination. So women can wear this scent as well, I think. But that dry down, man, the leather and the musk really brings a masculine feel to this scent. Again, along with a nice succulent pineapple opening. And it leaves a very, very intoxicating scent trail. Of course, that's why I made this list. That's what we're talking about today from the house of Bond number 9. This is, I think this is 2 Chainz's signature scent. So from the house of Bond number 9, this one is called Sutton Place. All right, guys, and coming in at the 4th spot today, this fragrance comes from the house of Chanel, and this is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Again, this is one of the ones that I've had great experience with that people have turned around and asked me, hey, what is that you're wearing? Because they caught a whiff of the fragrance as they walk by. And again, that's the sillage, the scent bubble that the fragrance creates. It's just a sexy scent from Chanel. The star player to me is a very kind of minty, fruity, minty opening that you get with this scent. But on the dry down, man, it's a beautiful tonka bean sandalwood combination. Again, if you talk about sillage, you have to put this one, I have to put this one on the list. And that's why, of course, it comes in at the 4th spot. This is from the house of Chanel. This is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. All right, guys, and coming in at the 3rd spot, I would be remiss if I did not put this fragrance on the list because we're talking about intoxicating fragrances, right? So coming at the number 3 spot from the house of By Kilian, this is called Intoxicated. Intoxicated, aptly and correctly named Intoxicated, because this fragrance leaves them in a trance. It's a beautiful coffee fragrance, and it does remind me of the original Amen fragrance, but it doesn't have that kind of tar uh, thing that one had. That was honestly kind of a turn off to me initially when I got into fragrances. I appreciate it for what it is now, but guys, sexy coffee fragrance with coffee, nutmeg, and cinnamon just works. Again, especially around the fall winter time frame. You want to leave a nice scent trail and leave people wanting to be in your space, then this one is going to help you to create that. From the House of By Killian, this is Intoxicated. All right, guys, and coming in at the number 2 spot, I would be lying if this fragrance did not make the list. This fragrance, out of all the fragrances in my collection, has done this probably the most in my entire collection, or one of the best fragrances to do it in my collection, obviously. And you know what this one is, guys, from the house of Christian Dior. This is Dior Sauvage Parfum. Dior Sauvage Parfum. And call it what you may like. I mean, I don't get into, as you guys know, buying into the whole idea that just because a lot of people like a fragrance that I'm going to dismiss it. This is the best iteration of this fragrance. The shower gel type vibe that you got from the original Dior Sauvage, which is still a good fragrance to me. This is the more sophisticated version, and it leaves the sexiest scent trail. I can tell you guys so many stories about going into gas stations or just having people walk by and hearing them comment about this fragrance. I was at work one time and a group of females walked by and I just heard a conversation start about this fragrance. That's how good it is. They walked by, they caught the sexy scent trail, and it makes people talk. This one is really good when you talk about creating a nice scent bubble around you, and it's going to get your positive attention. Forget what the haters say. This one makes it happen every day. From the house of Christian Dior, this is Dior Sauvage Parfum. And guys, coming in at the number 1 spot on this list, I'm not going to get a lot into talking about notes and things of that nature, but this one comes from the house of Rosa Dove, and this is called Elysium. Elysium. I could have went 1-2, honestly, on this list between this and Dior Sauvage, because for me, these are the 2 fragrances that leave the sexiest scent trail. The fragrances that start the most conversations about the fragrance that I'm wearing for that day. This and Dior Sauvage, hands down, 2 of the best in my collection when we talk about the sillage or the scent trail that it leaves. Of course, you guys know this does resemble, to some extent, Creed Aventus, but this is a little bit lighter, more astringent, a little bit more calmed down version, if you will, of Creed Aventus, and it just works, guys. Again, I would be remiss and not being truthful if I did not put this on the list, because this has started a lot of conversations when people have gotten in my vicinity when wearing this. From the house of Rosa Dove, this is called Elysium. All right, guys, that's it. That's my time. I appreciate you taking a few moments to watch this video as I talked about some of the most intoxicating, sexy, sillage, scent trail fragrances in my collection. I always appreciate your attention to these videos because, of course, I know you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. Share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find me entertaining, because I'm your guy, Darian, the bow tie fragrance guy. I love to look good, and, of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.